We all thought 100 Thieves would be one heck of a super team, but turns out not so much. Let's see why. So welcome back to the Apex Morning Shift, your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet. That is a fact. Another stacked weekend of ALGS through all 4 regions. But before we get into the North American side of it, let's take a look at the overall standings for APAC North, APAC South, and EMEA. For APAC North, with 2 Pro League regular season days left, here are the overall standings. In the top 10, NoseFox in first with a 16-point lead, ahead of RRX, who's in second place, GHS Boom in third, Fnatic 4th, E36 5th, Activist 6th, KeanuJTV 7th, Striders 8th, VG 9th, Meteor 10th, and then you have your bottom 20. For the teams that are in the top 10, not surprised at all. We have very, very talented teams, very well-known teams, NoseFox, Fnatic, E36, KeanuJTV, all teams that you'd expect, and from the beginning of the Pro League regular season, you expected for them to be in the top 10. As for the teams in the bottom 20, we have teams like Reject Winity, Crazy Raccoon, Red Rams, who are 30th, my goodness, Riddle Order, teams that you've known to be good and that you've seen in LAN events, you've seen them perform well on the big stage, and then in the regular season are not doing as well. As for Reject Winity, they had a good day this weekend, which brought them up. 14th is not that bad. I think as long as you're in the top 20, you're okay. But yeah, there's 2 days left to the regular season, so it's going to be interesting to see how these teams that are not doing too well, if they can turn it around and in 2 days make it into the top 20 so they can qualify for the regional finals. For APAC South, with also 2 days left to the regular season, here are the overall standings. VK Gaming in first, ahead by 15 points above Saul, who's in second, Green Stego 3rd, JD 4th, Rival 5th, No Surrender 6th, Edward Gaming 7th, Bearclaw 8th, MDYB 9th, Source Gaming 10th, and then the bottom 20. And once again, not too surprised by the teams that are doing great. In the teams that are not doing as great, there's really just ALGS for me that stands out. Pricey, Player K, and Strafing Flame, 3 players that have known for the longest time, for as long as we can remember, that are so good. But for some reason, they're sitting at 20th right now, right on the edge of the top 20. They have only 4 games played versus most of the other teams have played 5 days. And so they should be higher than that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. That's definitely a team that at the beginning of the season, when I saw that roster change, I was like, wow, this is going to be a top contender in APAC South. And for EMEA, which I saw a comment last episode saying that you don't like the way that I say EMEA. I know there's some people that say EMEA, and other people like the casters for ALGS, I've heard them say EMEA. That's how I started saying EMEA. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you guys say EMEA or EMEA. But EMEA. Okay, let's do EMEA. As for EMEA, here are the overall standings with also 2 days left to the regular season. Alliance sitting at first place right now. Woo! No one's really surprised. Navi 2nd, Forbidden 3rd, Go Next 4th, Onyx 5th, Shalalalala 6th, Timor 7th, Ronin 8th, Nemesis 9th, Gaming Gladiators 10th, and then you have your bottom 20. Now looking at their top 10, Alliance sitting at first and Navi sitting at second. The 2 last teams from Europe to have won a LAN are sitting at the top. So not too surprised at all. Both the greatest teams in Europe. But to me, teams that are going to be very interesting to watch in the next 2 Pro League days are Aurora, Face Clan, UAIM, and Stay Healthy, which are teams that are really good, struggling a little more of the split, and are also sitting near the top, near the bottom 20. Teams are right now fighting for the top 20. You don't want to finish in the bottom 10. Next 2 days are going to be very interesting to watch. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. As for the schedule of when those 2 Pro League days are going to be, I'm going to put it down in the description of this video for each region. All right, North America time. So this weekend we had groups B versus C on Saturday and groups A versus B on Sunday. Starting with Saturday, after 6 games starting on Stormpoint and then on E-District, with the legend bands being Alter in Game 2, Ash in Game 3, Ballistic Game 4, Wraith Game 5, and Fuse in Game 6. Here were the results. Shopify Rebellion taking first place with Koifel picking up 19 kills. Woo! These 2 played together so well. Probably one of the best duos that we've ever seen, including better than Zero Genburn, Hal Verhulst. Furia with second place without Noct, by the way. Their coach JMO had to sub in. Noct was absent. And so, yeah, they finished second with their coach. JMO did drop 0 kills, 11 assists, but still managed to finish second. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many kills you get. Proving that brains is what defines the game. Sentinels, 3rd place. Huge day for the boys. Recently getting signed by Sentinels, finishing 3rd on Saturday. These dudes are on the rise. They've been doing wonderful previously with Empire. So yeah, make sure to keep an eye out for them, because I wouldn't be surprised if these guys pull something on us in either regional finals or LAN. Keep an eye out for them, and remember what I'm telling you guys. These guys, dangerous. Nip in 4th place. This squad finishing 4th is huge, especially for Kurev, who's been more on the struggling side lately, with Liquid going to Nip, struggling still a little bit. But it's really nice to see, and I'm glad great day for them. DSC 5th, Virtus 6th place. These guys have been so consistent this season. Whew. Leave No Witness 7th, NRG 8th, Team Orchid 9th, Amit 10th, and then the bottom 10. 100 Thieves at 15th place. We'll get back to that. And then on Sunday, after 6 games starting on E-District and ending on Broken Moon, and Alter being banned in Game 2, Cat in Game 3, Ash in Game 4, Wraith in Game 5, and Ballistic in Game 6. Here were the results. Look at that, dude. Villainous. A PSQ team taking first place on the day. Damn, that's gotta feel good. Not winning a game, but overall getting solid points on the board, which gave them that first place, secured them that first place. And we'll see in just a minute how this first place for them affected their overall leaderboard, because this was a team that they weren't hard struggling, but they weren't doing great. And so this first place definitely feels good, especially with 2 days left to the regular season. We'll take a look at the overall leaderboard after we cover this day. But let's take a look at second place. Koi with second place. Such an amazing performance. Overall, very consistent on the day as well for them. Good stuff. NRG with third place. This team, they've been doing so good recently. I'm super happy for them. Speaking of which, if you guys have not watched last episode, we covered NRG and why they've been doing so great. So if you guys have not checked it out, make sure you guys do so. I'm gonna put the link. I keep forgetting where it's gonna be, but either one of those corners. But make sure you click on it and go check it out. DSZ with another great day. 5th on Saturday, 4th on Sunday. This has dropped Zap and Skittle, by the way, because unfortunately Envy did leave Apex. They announced that earlier this week, but they almost immediately got picked up by AG Global Esports. So sucks to see Envy leave, but immediately picked up by another org, so good for them. CTE 5th, Flat 6th, Falcon 7th, Twisted Minds 8th, Unleashed 9th, ROC 10th, and then you have your bottom 10, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of very surprised. Sentinels, Furia, Shopify Rebellion, TSM, all teams that are really, really good and that struggled a lot on this day, but yeah. All right. Let's talk about 100 Thieves, because these guys have unbelievable resumes. Phony, 1-time world champion, Verhulst, a 2-time world champion, and Jen Byrne, also a 2-time world champion. So these guys know how to win. This is a team of winners. This is a team that knows the path, everything that it takes to make it, to qualify to the big stage and even close it out. And not only that, most importantly, they know how to adapt to different gun metas, to different legend metas, to different teammates, because they have had their fair share of roster changes and they've been successful on almost all of them. So it's unusual, and we weren't really expecting for them to struggle how they have been. Now, for some reason, they've had a little bit of difficulty adapting to each other. What it looks like is happening is a legend problem. They have the right plan and the skill to execute them, but their roles change from game to game, which is very confusing, and it seems to affect their chemistry a lot. For example, on Saturday in Game 5, Phony played Sparrow, which is not an IGL legend. It's more of a support anchor legend. And then you had Jen Byrne, who played Wraith, which is an IGL legend. So the roles were switched. Phony was IGLing the game, as always, but he was anchoring when they were holding spots, which is not his role at all. It's Jen's role. So Jen was on Wraith. It seems confusing. They don't seem to be on the same page. I do believe that they're going through this little phase right now due to the legend ban system a little bit, which I find odd because they did finish 4th at the open land in New Orleans. So we'll just have to wait and see if the boys can turn it around. They're currently sitting at 11th overall right now, which is not bad at all. Still in the top 20 and still has a pretty good lead on the top 20. But a squad with their experience, you'd expect them to be at least in the top 3. I know the standards are high, but with players like that, with players with their resume, you have to hold them to a high standard. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they're able to really find that chemistry again that they had at the open land and really sink in those roles and really figure that out in terms of the legends. I still think they're at the top and could easily win the next land. Either way, let's take a look at the overall leaderboard for North America with 2 days left to the regular season before regional finals. It's looking real good. Nice to see Villainous climb to 13th place after finishing 1st on Sunday. Must feel really nice for them. Super happy that they're now in the top 20 for regional finals. Now in the next 2 game days, keep an eye out for teams between 15th and 25th because those 10 teams are in the bubble right now. One good or bad day for any of those teams next weekend can change everything for the top 20 for the regional finals. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's going to be an exciting next weekend for all the regions, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And as for me, that's it for today's episode of your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet. If you enjoyed, make sure to turn the notifications on. New episode every Tuesday. And until next week, take it easy, like and subscribe. Peacers. Outro time. I had a very hard time setting up the camera today because of the sun glare at this time. We're recording at 8:30 a.m. And so what I did, I'm going to switch to my phone here. I set up a piece of paper on top of my camera to cover the glare yeah, overcome. Yeah, that was a pretty shitty outro. Usually I have the cameraman here to help me out with that, but